My name is Dr. Tayo Conte.
I am Dolakwa Conte. We are the Conteh'S family.
We are here to take you through the journey of our marriage.
Come with us.
She always plans to make sure she does what she do early, and she's disciplined. Very handsome and amazing.
She does meeting every time.
Too strict.
She's scaring me.
Back in school, we met in UI. Those days, I was in 200 level, he was in 300 level, and he was just one of those people that encouraged us. Then, we just got into veterinary school because the first year in the university, you were just in general sciences, and then when you get to 200 level, that is actually when you get into the vet school.
We were in 300 level, they were in 200 level, and I was trying my best to get them settled very well in the vet school. I took up a responsibility personally that I was going to be trying to encourage people coming to the vet school not to be misinformed about academic performance.
Follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet.
Because then I remember when we came in, they just told us if you get 50, you get 55, you're good enough. And I realized it looks much easier to score good points, 70, 80 those days. So I decided to try my best to encourage all the other people coming behind us. So in the process of doing that, I met them trying to set up their own discussion class, and she was going to be the one to organize, to take the lead. And that was the first time we met.
So, there were a lot of things we had heard, but usually came to class those days to encourage us, to motivate us. And, I just used to admire him that, as a senior person, I was just naive. I didn't know what was going on. And, it was so funny that during those days, he would come to my hostel. He would come and see all the ladies in the hostel and then tell them, okay, I have Dolakwa to come out, because he had a lot of friends in my hostel. And then I'll come out and then we gist. I just saw him as a friend, and that was it. But I admired the fact that he was a people person. He always loved to inspire, everyone around him, motivate you to success. So he was just along that line that, we just became friends, and, from there, something happened.
Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it.
I just felt we were just friends. I didn't even know that he had something up his sleeves. So it was funny. I remember vividly asking him to, help me to find out about somebody, one of our seniors then, that was trying to ask me out. I wanted to find out if the guy was, the right person for me. And it was so funny, asking him to do a research when he was even interested. So during that time, like I said, I was taking deliberate steps to actually work on myself.
I just felt like, oh, I had this likeness for her. But I didn't really recognize it immediately. A friend of ours, Dr. Larry Williams, just asked me that question that, do you think you've not seen anybody that you liked? And then it just reoccurred to me that, it seemed like I liked that beautiful lady I saw in the class right behind us. Then I started try my own little invite her, see her with some of our own classmates in their hostel. Then I think there was a time God spoke to me. I could see that we had a relationship that was beyond school and friendship. And that was the confirmation I needed.
And when you go, I can't wait for the next time to see your face. You do me like fresh palm wine, remote to control my mind. I never know, say, love will feel sweet like this.
I can't really remember any challenges that we had our first year. Okay, well, maybe one I'll just say, she was earning more than me, but we agreed that we were joining our finances together, and fortunately, I did the first business with the money we put together, and it was a success. So by the time we just put that together, it looks good. When we wanted to reinvest everything, she wasn't in support of it, but we eventually resolved that and made progress in terms of having a financial agreement. But we were having good time driving to work together. I would bring her all the way from Agbara to Ogba in the morning. That was like an hour and a half drive. So bonding, then coming back again was always like 2 hours drive. So we just had time together, we watched movies together, write things together. Any other thing I can't remember beyond that. It was just us having good time together, building ourselves.
Wow, our first day in marriage, if I can remember, 2008, 2009, you know, it was a period of bonding for us because, of course, before then, we were Christians, we had never been together. So we got to learn a lot about ourselves. We started living together, you know, for the first time. And, you know, it took a lot of understanding, love, care, you know, that there are times that you wonder, is this person like this? Because of course you've never really had, you know, that time to spend together with each other. So that 1 year was a time of learning for us, and it was a time of appreciating one another. I remember my husband having to drop me at work right from Agbara to Ogba every day. You know, we really bonded. He would also pick me up in the evening. It was really stressful. And for the first 6 months, I was expecting to get pregnant, but I wasn't pregnant. But it was really a time of bonding. I remember I was watching films for 5 hours, not ending. We're just the only one at home. We just, you know, got to talk more, got to spend time, you know, studying the word together, meditating, planning our future. It was a great time. The first 1 year was a time that we really set the foundation of our marriage.
That little one no kiss, my body no remain the same. You take me to heaven, bring me back every time you call my name. You humble and kind, someone like you is so hard to find it.
My children, I would say they are diverse. Relationship with them is in different ways because they are 3 very, very different people. Demilade, you know, Demilade to us. When we had Demilade, you know, we didn't know that we had not really, you know, we had not really had children because Demilade was a very gentle child. She was, you know, she would just stay where you put her. She hardly cried. She just, you know, she was just, you know, gentle and peaceful. But by the time Damifogo came, and Damifogo is very boisterous and feisty, you know, so we deal with them in different ways. Dabira is mushy. She likes, you know, to show affection, and she also likes to get affection, you know. So we dealing with them is in different ways. You just need to understand. Demilade doesn't like being talked to. You know, by the time you reprimand her for something, before you know it, she's already dropping a tear or two. So she always likes to comply with rules. Damifogo likes to have his way, and then he likes to talk so much, and then you have to listen to him, to understand him, and then you have to watch, you know, what they do and try to put them in the right way. So they're different, and the way we deal with them is just...
Oh, for good. for good, and so many. So I can just like maybe give one or two examples, but like very wonderful days that we have had. Maybe the one I remember the most is maybe it happened earlier in the marriage when we went to the United Kingdom to have Dimlade Ogo, and just agreeing that, oh, we're going to have this baby. Went to the hospital the first time, called the emergency. We got there and looked at you guys and I was like, you guys don't have any experience. You're not ready to have this baby and all that. And immediately we had Dimlade, we came back, and that first night she was like gasping for breath and we just didn't know what to do, and we were both rushing, called the emergency again, and they came and they were taking us to the hospital, and the ER guy just looked at us and said, is this your first child? You know, if you guys were in Africa, your mother or our mother will be with you guys, and they can help you guys take care of the baby. So it was really a very funny experience. The guy almost laughing at us, but he was doing it with lightly. So yeah, we just had a good time together, and it's been, glory be to God, helping us all the way.
I never know say love could feel sweet like this. I never know say love could feel sweet like this. I never know say.
You know, children like to deceive you. If you ask them, they'll tell you when mommy is there, they'll say it's mommy. If you ask them when daddy is there, they'll say it's daddy. So it just depends on their mood. I'll just say they like us differently for different things, you know. Children understand, they know that we love and care for them. So I don't think there's any particular person that you would say they love or, you know, more than the other. It just depends on their mood.
I'll say like them, especially now that they're a bit grown, that they can differentiate. Different times, you know, they just want to be smart. But because their mom is a bit tough on them compared to I, and I'm a bit, so I'm softer compared to her. You know, we just complement ourselves in that aspect. So since I'm a bit softer, generally, it's much easier for them to accept me or run to me a bit more compared to run to their mother. She doesn't take nonsense. I can, man, I do, or let me say I like take them as children sometimes. So that allows them to always want to say, daddy, daddy. Then again, I think the time of that I wasn't around, that they missed me. So by the time I came back, it was much easier for them to come more to me than their mother that has been revising with them education-wise and make them do their chores. But basically just training them in the way of the Lord.
Love could feel sweet like this. I never know say love could feel sweet like this. I never know say love could feel sweet like this.
I would say marvelous. God has been so good to us. It's been, you know, so pleasant being married. You know, marriage for me has been like a learning journey and has, you know, made me better than who I was before. Being married to Dr. Conteh'S has been a pleasant journey indeed.
My wife to forget anniversary, that can never happen. That can never happen. For me, I don't forget, but, and again, you know now, my wife will have been giving me the prepare, get ready, and all those things. So it's impossible for it to be forgotten. But the other thing I will remember was that I think our breakthrough came at our first anniversary, financially. So also that can all make me to forget that. And our anniversary, wedding anniversary, there are a lot of wonderful things around it. Our brother's birthday, my brother-in-law's birthdays around that. So many wonderful things around that day that it's just impossible to forget. Beautiful memories about that day. It's impossible to forget that anniversary.
They do me like Indian film. You know go fit find this kind of love anywhere but Indian film. This love is sweet, oh, and love is strong, oh. I never know say.
I hope you're enjoying the time out. I'm still Dr. Conte. Communication, make it clear. From the onset, we have agreed that we're not going to go to sleep with any grudge or any misunderstanding or disagreement. So by the time we are on the bed at night, we'll resolve it. Everybody be at their mind, say what's in their mind, and most of the time, it's always a very loving and positive conclusion or resolution at the end of the day.
Sorry, I'm doing something. Let me just quickly finish. I'll attend to you. All right. I love fried rice. I just derive joy from preparing different kinds of fried rice. Prawn, seafood fried rice, my beef fried rice, chicken fried rice. Different varieties. It's just me. I enjoy it. From cutting the vegetables to frying the vegetables to preparing the rice, ensuring the rice is not too soggy. I like my fried rice without too much water, just crispy with all the vegetables still fresh and everything. So I like fried rice with seafood because I enjoy seafoods. I like shrimps, I do sometimes even I do snails and all that. So for me, fried rice, that's a meal.
Love the feel sweet like this. Anything you want to talk now, make I do. Nothing is too big for my boo. Anything you want times two. Baby, I'm ready.
Okay, so I always plan ahead. I always ensure that at least I have 3 months stock of food in the freezer. Talking about the perishables, I go to the market, do basket of tomatoes, I hate going to the market every now and then. I go to the market like once in 8 weeks. I buy everything that the family needs. I ensure that everything is available. So talking about everyday meals, I plan my everyday meals. We have a timetable, we work with a timetable. So everything that, when the children are going to school, everything they have to take is already planned, for a week. Everybody knows, what is meant to be done. I have people that assist at home too, and that makes it a lot easier for me. But I do the planning, and at any point in time, I know what my children are actually taking, and I ensure that they take the right meals, the balanced diet. My husband doesn't like eating outside, so you need to get his food, prepared before he goes to work. So that is, that has been part of us since we got married. And I always ensure that for him to eat very well means that he needs to take his food to work. So, well, generally planning, that's the way we run the house and make sure that everything is available to get the food done. While I also work, people know what to do.
Outings, everything as God has put it, that's also part of it. But the intimacy is beyond just on the bed. It's communication. We take a walk in our house, around the area. We discuss, even no matter how stressful it is. We always love to have a walk together in the evening, and that helps us to cool down.
My own I talk now too. I never know say love will feel sweet like this.
I never know say love will feel sweet like this.
I never.
In my opinion, marriage is still the same between two different people coming together to be joined to become one, from different background, different environment, different beliefs, different family. So they just have to come together to agree to grow, to develop together, resolve their differences, and complement each other. So I don't think marriage has changed. It's just for everybody to come to that realization that you need to make a decision to make your marriage work together. And you both put in the best, and you get the best out of it.
So I have a 10-year-old, so I try to introduce her to kitchen work early enough. She washes the dishes, our dishes, everyone's dishes right now. She's learning to at least cook noodles, trying not to let her do too much, of cooking because of safety. It's only while I'm there that she can handle. She loves pancakes. I also like making pancakes, so she gets to learn how to make pancakes, So for her, for me, she's the only one that can actually do anything kitchen right now. Others just help out, cleaning, and sweeping.
No say, love go feel sweet like this. I never know say, love go feel sweet like this. I never know say, love go feel.
3 sentences: we maintain joint accounts, and we also have a budget, and we try our best to stick to the budget. Once in a while we go, most of the time we always go beyond the budget, but the budget helps us and make our savings. So we are running a joint family account. That's we've agreed on that from the beginning. And my own private business that the family is investing in. So there's a time that we also allow the family to make the inputs, not just ordinarily I run the show.
I am averse to that. Well, my male child is just 8 years old, so I intend to ensure that he knows how to cook and he knows how to do things for himself. A male child should always, learn to do things as much as a female child. Nowadays, there's no distinction any longer. There's nothing like a job is meant for males, one job is meant for females. Everyone is meant to, at any point in time, be self-sufficient, such that you don't need to wait for your wife or your girlfriend to clean your house or to clean your laundry, to get your room cleaned or to get your food done. You can be self-sufficient, that when you're on your own, you can actually do things yourself. So I always like my children to be responsible, so I'll make sure that they get to learn everything they need to, irrespective of their gender.
Sweet like this.
Looking for a spouse, the place of God can't be overemphasized. Let God direct you. But from my own point of view, what I have concluded and I advise people is that prepare yourself first of all. If you're prepared, it's very easy to attract your like or your compliment that is at your level. If you are not prepared as a marriageable man or a marriageable woman, and you're setting standard very high for somebody else to come, I feel that person is just deceiving his or herself. So if you prepare yourself, it's much easier for you to now say, these are the kind of things I want because I am this, so this will complement me. And most of the time you will attract such a person. And God's blessing, God's favor on the marriage, according to His word, it's a success.
Okay, so I'd just like to say, for ladies, your kitchen is your workshop. Of course, the man can help out, but at the end of the day, you take most of the decisions to ensure that your family eats a balanced diet, because at the end of the day, you are what you eat. So you ensure that their children eat right. It's not just eating anything, they actually eat right. And foods that would ensure they grow well, they develop well, are foods that you should put into consideration when planning your meals. So whoever, it doesn't mean that you have to work in the kitchen from morning till night, or you always have to work in the kitchen, but you have to take most of the decisions, about cooking, about what to eat and all that. a woman has to be at the center of such decision, at least to free the men from so much stress. Even if the husband has to help out, fine, it's allowed, but you need to make those decisions.
Sweetie banana, you love me like sugar, and when you love me, you dey killing me softly.
I'll just say, for the meantime, enjoy your marriage, enjoy what God has given you. The fact that God has brought the two of you together is for a purpose, and you know, that period of waiting is actually a period of bonding. It's there are a lot of things that you don't get to do again after the children have come. So you need to stop focusing on what you don't have and start appreciating what you have. You understand? Appreciate your spouse, appreciate your wife, appreciate your husband, appreciate your husband. Do things together. Try to, pray together. Make sure that you study the word together, and make sure that you envision, that future together. Because the truth is that the children are still going to come, and what you do, as a couple together to prepare the home for them, matters a lot at the end of the day. So stop focusing on what you don't have and focus on what you have. What would I want him to do better? I just want him to keep being himself. He's been a wonderful husband. He's been a loving husband, a loving father, someone that you always look up to, a motivator, an inspiration to all of us. So I'd just like him to do that more. I also like him to just be a bit romantic. Just add more romance to the whole thing and spice it up. That's all.
I've been hearing that forever. Be a bit more romantic. A bit more is nothing. All right, thank you very much. We hope you have had a wonderful time with us. Cheers to a new year. Mwah.